Hello there everyone, this is iMark3. Welcome back to From the Depths, ToBA. That one boaty adventure. Picking up where we left off last time, getting pulled by many lasers and somewhat worried for our continued survival. Well, nothing new there then, is there? Anyway, let's slow it down because we just picked up that resource pocket I was after. Ooh, there's another resource pocket over there. Let's turn around actually.
Moving out.
AI, please take me in that general direction. Thank you. Very kind of you. Now then. That laser thing is a slight issue. And so I'm not entirely sure what I want to do about it. Well, actually that's a lie. I have been trying to work out what to do about it. And I think I know what to try. The question is how far away is it? Too far. Right. Now, I was thinking, let's do some fancy things, let's build advanced cannons, let's do here this, that, yada yada yada, you know, that kind of thing. But end of the day, I don't have the resources to play around with very much, do I? So I figured, let's go the Dakka route. Let's go the simple cannon route, simple weaponry, and just shoot it until the cows come home. Sounds good, right? Well, it's going to do something, let's put it that way. Okay, so I'm going to add in some equipment on the top of my craft here while I've got it in slowdown. We're turning to face this way because there's another resource pocket there I want to try and grab. So that's why I'm currently facing him and being shot at by an idiot. So, first things first, we need a local weapon controller, which will be here. No. Here. And I'll put one back here too. These guys will have fail-safes installed because it's somewhat important. And my ship is slowly trying to turn. Let's see if I can speed that up a little bit by taking manual turning control for just a moment. Oh yeah, that's helping. Look at that thing. It's such a bright light on the horizon, isn't it? I don't know. Flipping laser craft. I'm just trying to turn so my wooden siding is not pointing towards him, because that would be kind of like a bad idea to leave it like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to rig up some simple weaponry. Nothing fancy here. You know, just 2-axis turrets. 2-axis. No, that's not. That's a wooden block, not a 2-axis turret. That is a wooden block. 2-axis turret. And then I'm going to do the same over here. So that's another 2-axis turret going in. No, new object. 2-axis turret and 2-axis turret. This is why I included a failsafe on these things, because if I didn't, it would try to. One of them would try to blow me up. So it's like, yeah, please do not do that. Please do not do that at all. Now, this one can be autocannons, I guess. Actually, both of these can be autocannons. Sure, why not? It's all in the interest of Dakka, after all, isn't it? There we go. 2 autocannon turrets set. They are really simple. And then, on this one, instead, I'm going to install simple lasers. Only a couple. I've never really used them much before. So, yeah. But I've done a little bit of poking around, so I've worked out that they have a max range of 500 meters on those guys. So, yeah. They can only do so much. Also, my craft is not turning properly, so you are being annoying. Right. AI. Wireless transmitters, connector. And that'll get it operational. Because we have some side-mounted cameras and things in the ships which can help figure out where the enemy is. So, tab, unlock that. So we've got the camera unlocked. Excellent. For some reason we're still pointing exactly towards it. The autocannons have decided it's a good time to start trying to shoot, so let's do that. Well, they're shooting at something, let's put it that way. And I'm going to turn off my... No, wait. I'm going to leave the AI on, so it keeps trying to turn me towards those resources that I want. But I will speed up time again. So... Yep, the AI is being a bit complete derp still. I want you to go this way, you idiot. Because once I get into range, I'm hoping that those lasers will really help me out. But the problem is, of course, they're 500 meter maximum range. So that's going to cause a few issues. Oh wait, I actually have control of them. Whoops. Oh good. I think I'm actually starting to do something to it. Well, at least I'm doing something to something. Let's put it that way. Where am I? There I am. I've not got into laser range though yet, I must admit, which is kind of disappointing. But I do have radar tracking, so I will be able to do that. Something exploded somewhere. I just hope it's on the laser craft. It couldn't happen to a nicer fellow. Yeah, let's put it that way. Oh, there has been a full-on collision though. Ooh, get closer. Because while that laser craft is tied up, I want to hit it as hard as possible. Take advantage. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's done some serious damage to itself. Though I think it's still mobile, unfortunately. Well, I'm continuing to pelt it with bullets, so that's good. The Marauder's lost its main cannon. Resource pocket's still there, good. Keep going forward. Oh, it keeps shifting the camera around. Where am I? Over here. Right. Oh yeah, that is kind of damaged right now. Yeah, look at that. My missile just went straight through the middle of it. That's kind of bad for structural integrity, if I'm quite honest. But at least I'm actually doing some damage. I think that's a win for me. Okay, I got those resources. Good. Right. Turn around and make straight for that nasty thing. There's something else over there. A spear. Not too bad. Not too bad, but I think... I keep losing track of where I am because of... You know, I'm going to just lock my camera back on again. Using that camera is kind of buggy, to be quite honest. Anyway, let's go ahead and delete these guys now. They never got any use, the simple lasers. Got to feel sorry for them, but... Oop. We've got other things to be doing. Because now that I've got a few thousand resources... I think I can afford to install a more effective weapon. So let's do that. Let's get this thing installed. Now, where do I want to put it? It's going to be a advanced cannon, right? And I'm not going to skip this because I'm doing it in the middle of a battle. So, yeah. What I want is the ammo controller. And then I think it was... No, not 4 singles, 4 doubles. There we go. Those poor ships. Yeah, that laser one is going completely scuppered. That is very good. The autocannons love to shoot at it because it is, of course, the mean one, the nasty one. The one I want dead, to be quite honest, end of the day. I can turn off my navigation AI. Off you go. So I can just sit here and peppering it, basically, now. Because of how badly damaged they all are. But this is not doing very well, so I still need to do something better. So, yeah. Turn you off and get back to what I was doing. I'm going to build a shell here. It's going to be a frag heavy shell, 45 millimeters. You can tell that I was poking around a little bit in the designer, can't you? Because I've worked out what I wanted and the thing is already set to 45 millimeters. Like that. Let's install a bleed base back here. Then a stabilizer fin. Then, lastly, I want a inertial fuse. There we go. No, I only want one, not two. One. Set that to absolute minimum. So there we go. We got a general purpose frag and flak. Oops, I put it in the wrong body. There we go. A general purpose frag warhead, 45 millimeter. It's got 15 fragments at 87. Oh, that's because the frag warhead at the bottom is like really messed up. Let's set it to a 20-degree cone. There we go. 20 degrees. So 15 frags, 75 damage apiece. That's over 1,000 damage per shell. It cools the barrel in 0.91 seconds. Very low recoil. It's got a maximum range of 680 meters, so that's not too bad. It's a bit on the slow side, so you know it's a bit of a sluggish shell, but the advantage of doing a frag-based shell like this is the fact that I can just swap out. I can just swap it out, basically. I can swap it out for HE shells or whatever else I feel like putting in, basically. So, yeah. And for now, I'm going to build here, because I'm going to build a minigun. So, I'll get back to you in just a few moments. Because you don't want to watch this part, do you? Oh, I'm just edging forward, trying to get to it. The Marauder is dead, you see, and so I want to be closer than this lightning hood abomination which has been causing so much trouble. I want to grab the resources from it instead, so it's like slowly hedging forward. I will be closer than you. I will! It's almost dead. I will be closer. By the way, I'm continuing to pummel it with autocannon fire in the background there, so, you know. As you do. Is that it? Yay, I got the resources! 2,000 material. Excellent. Okay. That just leaves killing my benefactor, because basically this lightning hood ship actually got the kill there, but, you know. I'm not going to feel too grateful because it's an absolute pain to try and deal with. So, yeah. Also, the shell is wrong. It's supposed to be 45mm, not 54. By the way, why have I gone for a 45mm? I feel I should probably mention that right now. I've gone for a 45 because... advanced cannon, advanced... I want autoloaders. The reason I've gone for that is quite simply because of how the shells work when you're dealing with frag, and that is that every 50, I think it's every 15 millimeters they get an extra frag round crammed into them. So 45 is a really good one to go for. I could go for a 60, I could go for a 30. But a 45 is pretty decent overall, so it's a bit of a mixture. Still a really light shell, but it's still also a really it's fairly powerful for its size, as well as being still pretty darn cheap and effective. So, ooh, they had an ammo explosion from my autocannons. Such a shame, that isn't it? Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing fitted with ammo feeds now, because this thing will need to load up. Also noticed, by the way, I'm building a 2-axis turret version. So, yeah. Okay, I figured you guys might like to have a look at this. We're still in slow mode because, you know, we're trying to do things. I've sacrificed my autocannons as well because I no longer require them, not with this thing becoming operational. But, yes, anyway, here we go. This is the internal working mechanism of this particular small, compact Gatling cannon. It fires those frag rounds you saw me put together earlier, which is over 1,000 damage per shot, at about 1,200 RPM, something like that. Was it 1,500? What? Oh, it's really fast firing, okay? Let's put it that way. And I've also worked it so it's a self-contained missile as well. Self-missile. I saw the missile, that distracted me. Self-contained Gatling cannon, because it's got its local weapon controller, complete with failsafe, underneath here, below the weapon, and then on top of the weapon it's got its recoil system, and it's also got a gimbal track camera, so that it can lock onto its targets as well for final accuracy information and stuff like that, for absolute best targeting it can give. Then lastly, it's fed by twin belt-fed loaders, with 3 mags each, so that's a lot of bullets for it to fire as soon as it gets loaded up, which it's still doing because I'm in slow motion mode, of course. And then all I need to do is clad this entire thing as armor. So yeah, it's only got a 2-meter hydraulic, but these shells are not very powerful in how they kick, so it doesn't need more than that, to be quite honest. And lastly, of course, since it's a 2-axis, it's open at the back, so it can point straight upwards. I also added a 3-meter mantle here, just to improve the lock-on performance of this weapon. Now, you might laugh when I say lock-on performance of this weapon, but you've got to remember 2 things. First off, it's a short-range weapon, so it doesn't try to shoot long distances, so massive accuracy is not actually required for it. And secondly, remember I included a stabilized fin on the actual shell itself, which I know slows the shell down slightly. Doesn't matter here, because it's a close-range combat weapon anyway. But it means I can get away with this much shorter barrel. This is only a 5-meter barrel. Usually you'd be trying to put even 10-meter barrels if you wanted an accurate close-range weapon. But between the fin and between the fin and the shorter barrel here, this thing will have some decent accuracy, especially for it given its massive rate of fire. Now I'm going to increase time to normal, because it's about time I was shooting something, so yes. How are you loading up? Still doing pretty well. It's depleting ammo quite rapidly to get this thing initially stocked up. Also, I am aware that we're getting shot at as well. But I'm just wanting this thing to do... Ooh, that was a close impact, wasn't it? Where's that coming from? I know it's not coming from that guy, because he's kind of dead. But where's it from? Oh, there's someone behind me. And there's someone ahead of me as well. Oh, dear. Come on, Gatling, get loaded up. There we go. Hang on, that's not working quite right. It's put out a single shell, yes, but now it's decided it doesn't want to fire, which is kind of odd. Have I messed up the max fire rate per minute? 1,500, about 6, 45 millimeters. Oh, it must be because of the whole a little bit too close thing. Okay, let's relax the restrictions slightly on that. There we go. And let the bullets fly. Oh! Oh! Oh, my poor ammo reserve. Well, that's good to know. Right, okay, apparently I've taken a massive hit. Yeah, that was my ammo reserve that just went sky high. What the heck hit me? That's what I want to know. I think I just stood around too long waiting for the gun to get loaded up. I think that's exactly what happened here. Oh, my poor boat. My poor boat. Engage full propulsion. Get moving. Seriously, what the heck hit me? I don't know. Must have been those massive cannons that are being shot at me. But yeah, look at the damage stats. 8k. 8.5k. 8.8k. I noticed, however, that it's not firing steadily, so that means I've overdone the rate of fire restriction slightly. 1,200, I think, is what I want it to be. Yeah, there we go. That's acting a bit better. But yeah, this thing is going to die pretty soon. I've got enough resources on me so I can fix up the damage that I've just taken, which was completely unexpected, I must admit. I still don't know where that's... I think it must be coming from that guy, over there. But then again, you've got to remember, I am kind of weak as well, so that is a slight drawback too. Still looks like it's burst firing a lot. But it is still racking up a lot of damage pretty quick. So, let's go ahead and accelerate game speed to normal. Yep, incoming shell from the spear over there. Okay, I think it was him. Yep, it is that spear trying to shell me. Fear my Gatling cannon. Yes. That's it. I don't want to get shot really, so yeah. Unfortunately it's reloading again, so it does have to reload fairly often because, you know, belt fed loaders and all that. Oh, there's another guy coming in over there, isn't there? Right. Oh no, there's a guy right there next to me. Ooh. Cheeky little bugger. Okay, I think I need a better ammo reserve though, to be quite honest. Yeah. This will take a bit, so again, another time skip coming in. Oh, there we go, finally, it's dead. Now I'm engaging the light craft, which has wandered too close. And I suspect I'm tearing it to shreds just a tiny bit. Yep. You see what I mean about the accuracy though, can't you? There we go. Oh, that was nearly 4,000 material from that guy. And already this little one's been torn to pieces as well. He was using some torpedoes though. Still, these Gatlings, decent weapon. They have a slight problem with sustained fire, but that's to be expected because they're belt fed based. There's that other guy that's still closing in. Okay, let's turn around and start moving towards him. But I think my immediate priority has to be installing some RTG systems for this. Because the EMP missiles have already killed it. Okay. Yeah, I need to start with the RTG systems, so I'm not relying on materials to keep me moving. I need to deal with my weaknesses in the armor, like, for example, I blew up a bit too easily when I was pierced like that. Let's turn on my nav AI. And you will move over this way. Yeah, move over there, grab those 2,000 materials, please. Yeah, and then I'll move on to something which people were unhappy about on the previous episode of ToBA. And that is the fact that I'm driving around in a brick, basically. So some people are pointing out that it's like, hey, you've not got a rounded slope, of course you're going slow. I should probably correct myself here, or rather be a bit more clear. I was not actually saying that this boat in particular is really slow. I was saying boats in general, they are very slow and unmaneuverable compared to thrustercraft most of the time. So that was a direct comparison of ship vehicle types, not this particular one. This one is even slower, even more vulnerable, and basically just full of holes. So yeah, it's not very good. But that's because it's still a work in progress. So yeah. I'll get back to you again quite shortly. Oh my, incoming aircraft. and I'm already shooting at him, so let's unlatch this and take a look. Yeah, that poor aircraft. It's already taken a bit of damage. Not too bad, really, all times. Yeah, it's not doing much to my side armor. But my Gatling is firing quickly enough to try and do something about it. Of course, once the aircraft gets beyond a certain range, my Gatling's just not enough to do much to it. So, I believe that's a steel. No, that's a blue one of those blue guys, isn't it? I'm doing some damage to him though every time he passes by, so that's good, I suppose. And he's not really doing much to me. Unfortunately, he appeared before I'd managed to install an RTG. All I'd managed to do is armour up and save that Gatling cannon, so I can install some more of those. Ooh, he's starting to shred my sides just a tiny bit, isn't he? Ouch. Oh, there goes an internal ammo. Okay, he's going down. Yeah, it is one of those guys again, isn't it? Oh, jeez. Yep, you are well and truly dead. Well, yeah, there we go. Worth 411 materials. Okay. Let's turn back around and keep on going. I really need to install some kind of anti-missile system, to be quite honest. But I also need to do the front and I need to do the RTGs, so... Oh, so many projects I need to work on. Okay, I've done about what I can with the resources I've gained in this particular session of hunting and shooting. So just to round it out, I'm going to show you what I've done to it, and there'll be one last little fight against something that's coming in. So yes, here we go. As you can see, I have actually dealt with the streamlining issue. I've now built it out. I've not quite finished the armouring because it's all single layer on the forward section. And there's a massive hole in it as well. Also incoming shells, that nicely bracketed me. Let's turn this way. I've installed a full-fledged RTG system. It's now powered by four 4-meter RTGs and a 70,000 power battery. And I've tuned it to give it 1,000 horsepower, which is actually way more than I need right now. But as you do. And I've also increased the number of propellers on the back from 4 to 6. So that's a 50% increase in the amount of power I'm putting out into the water. Though between all of these changes, my speed has only increased to about 15 meters per second maximum, because still a lot of drag going on, and I'm still kind of low in the water. Though honestly, this is still much better than if I built in a traditional boat sense and, you know, had it narrow on the bottom kind of thing. Where the heck's the enemy gone? Oh wait, he died. There he is. Oh, I was hoping to get in range and show you some Dakka, to be quite honest, but you know. Apparently it was not to be. Apparently it was not to be. And I say show you Dakka because you probably noticed the other thing I've done, which is there are now 2 Gatling turrets installed. Not just 1, 2. Because I've got one recessed down here in the nose of the craft with a slight firing restriction so it can't angle too far backwards either way. But it's still there to provide extra Dakka and help shoot all the things. So yeah. That's what that's for. Unfortunately, my EMP missile salvos killed that enemy before I could get too close to it. But if in the times of close encounters, I have got 2 Gatlings, so that's a help. Next on the to-do list, apart from reinforcing the forward armor because it is kind of weak right now, and probably including some shielding, because I'm about at that stage again. And I've got plenty of power right now, as you can probably see. Like I've got nearly 800 spare power being generated by my electric motors at the moment. Yeah, I think the AMS system is probably a good idea. So I'll install some sort of form of AMS defensive measures, just to stop too many missiles from hitting me, because that's a slight issue. There we go, 1,200 resources collected. And I see resource zones over there. But sadly, that is the end of the episode. I have to stop here, especially if I want to edit it and put it out today, because work is an imminent threat as well. So, yeah. This has been I Am Mark 3. this has been From the Depths, ToBA, that one boaty adventure. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll catch you all some other time. See you all later. Let's actually quickly fill in this bit of hull while the video's rolling. There we go. Smooth metal. Smooth metal. Yeah, see you all later.